Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a portfolio review and see how we're performing this week. And let's see how our options are doing and how our stocks are doing. So we'll start off with IPOC. And so far this call, we're up 64% on this call. This is actually, for any of you that they're not familiar with the IPOC, it's actually Samoth's company. He's actually, there's a more popular one that a lot of YouTubers and a lot of the media is getting hyped over is IPOB. That one's the one that's going to be merging with Open Door. This one, IPOC, is actually it's a less talked about one, but I have like a good inkling that it might perform well in the short term. Um, so I got a call option. It wasn't very expensive, and as you can see so far, I'm up 64% on it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Shamath and his investment strategy. So personally, if I see a company that he's investing in, I'm all for it. And this one's actually going to be merging with a healthcare provider, Clover Healthcare. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's more of a speculative play, but so far we're doing pretty good on it. All right. We also have, I think anyone that is covering Dropbox, let's be honest, there's one reason why everyone invested in Dropbox. And if you're saying that you invested in Dropbox prior to this, you're lying. And that is shout out to Jeremy from Financial Education. If you haven't checked out his Dropbox videos, he has a very good video on Dropbox. And personally, I'm not gonna lie, that's the reason I invested in it as well. I'm not gonna be a YouTuber that's gonna just create a bunch of things and say, "Oh yeah, I invested in this because I believe in that." And like I said, I highly recommend you check out Jeremy's channel. He did a video on Dropbox and how it's undervalued, and that's personally why I invested in it. And as you will see, we're at currently about 31% on it, and the expiration on this one's actually, oh, about, what is it, like 2, 3 years? Yeah. So we got quite a ways to go. So far, we're doing pretty good on that one. And actually, it moved, surprisingly, Dropbox moved a lot after hours. It's uncommon. Um, on Friday, it moved 7.83%. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I guess it is a long-term play. It's something that if I lose the money, oh well, but it's not a whole lot. I can make it up in about 3 years time span, so I'm not too worried about that one. And another one, every Robinhooders, every like YouTube channel's favorite stock, Tesla. I actually jumped on Tesla, and my average cost is about 349 post split. I was on the fence always about investing in Tesla. I was in, I was out, I was in, and I was out. It was kind of like the volatility was personally too much for me. I couldn't handle a roller coaster ride, and it was until I started getting more capital that I felt comfortable with all the ups and downs from the stock. Currently, I'm like very bullish. This is a long-term hold play. Probably won't sell for 5, maybe 10 years, but most likely in about 5 years. They have run up a lot, and for any of you guys that are not aware, this coming Friday, they're going to be added into the S&P 500. So expect this whole week, there's going to be a whole lot of volatility, and just be ready for a very bumpy ride. And yeah, as we can see in this one, we are up, um, was it 73.76%? And yeah, it's pretty good so far. And like I said, I'm holding this one very long term. And then we got another one. I guess the baby brother to Tesla, we have Neo. So far, Neo, I kind of jumped in this one late. Didn't start having like bullish thoughts about Neo until I started seeing a lot more videos and research and more like seeing videos of people actually in China and the product that Neo was offering, that I become actually a little bit more bullish on this one. Like I said, I just got in this one probably like, what was it, like a few, yeah, I'd say like last week. So I'm down 8%, no, 9%, 10% basically. I'm not too worried about that one. And yeah, that's my Neo play. And again, it could be like a fraction of what Tesla is. I'm all for it. And another one that's like a little bit of a spec play more than anything is Virgin Galactic. I think yesterday they had a test flight that they had to abort. So come Monday, you can expect a whole lot of volatility from this one too. It could possibly, I think it could tank a lot personally, maybe 10 to 15%, possibly even 20%. And none of this, oh yeah, just a disclaimer, none of this should be taken as financial advice, guys. I am not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. It's a pretty big position on my portfolio, but so far we're up 67% on it, so that's another good return. And again, if you're not familiar with Virgin Galactic, is actually space tourism. It's another one of like Shamath plays that he's heavily invested in, and probably most known for Richard Branson of Virgin, like entertainment and mobile and whatnot. So again, I back things that Chamath does. I'm not like someone that's gonna be telling you like I did my research and like I know everything about this company. I go based on like if the big boys are in it, I'm gonna be in it too. It's as simple as that. I don't care if it's not like the most educated thing to do, but so far it's working out for me. And another one I'm in is MP Materials is another one that a lot of YouTubers have talked about this one. And yeah, there's several of them. I can't just name one, but there's a whole lot of like YouTubers out there that are talking about MT Materials. If you're not familiar with them, they're like basically a company that digs rare earth materials, which are kind of necessities for things such as cell phones and other devices we use. But probably the biggest necessity for MP Materials is that we need some of the the materials to make batteries. Um, Specifically, if we're going EV, full EV into the future, definitely going to need some of these materials that MP Materials create digs up. And I think they're the only manufacturer of these rare earth materials in North America. I'd have to double check that, but that's a possibility. And again, this one's another one. I'm down 3.4%. Not a big deal. It's a long hold, probably a couple years. We have another. These are like penny stocks. This one, I think a couple YouTubers talked about this one, and it's a very spec play. It's basically like 0.33% of my portfolio, and so far we're up about 7.8%. So that's pretty good. And another one that a lot of people are hyping up around the internet. It's really hasn't moved a lot. It's kind of like just pretty flat, but Apex Technologies. Um they're used in a lot of the security services for Microsoft, specifically I think Microsoft 365. So they're backed by Bill Gates, so it's a pretty good company. I mean, again, it's not a big part of my portfolio, only 1%, but so far we're down about 0.89%, so that's where we are with that. Another one that I'm actually super bullish on, and quite a few YouTubers have talked about this one as well, but I'm familiar with them as because I've played Fortnite in the past and I know that about the transactions. So this is Foley Holdings or Foley Transmin, and what they do is basically they're going to be merging with PaySafe, which is basically like some kind of like like wireless pay system. Like if you're familiar with PayPal or even what's the other one? Oh yeah, uh, I'm slipping my mind. Jack Dorsey's company. I can't think of it right now. What is it? But anyway, yeah, the other one that's gone up like a ton right now. But they're like a they have pretty good revenue, but again, it's another spec play, not a big part of my portfolio. We're up about 16%, and yeah, I actually think there's a lot of possibility for the future of this company to excel. I mean, if it has good revenue, I guess the only red flags are that it has a lot of shares, and I think only from my understanding is only about 4% of those shares are going to be offered to the public. So that's something that to be aware of. But so far we're about 15% up, 60% up on that one, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I'm big on the BFT. I actually might add a little bit more to that position. And at the end of the year, as the year's winding down, I'm actually invested in Seego. If you're not familiar with Seego, it's actually one that it's a 5G play more than anything. So as we know, there's like going to be 5G. 2021, a lot of the analysts on Wall Street are talking about how 5G is the next big play 2021. So this past year, if you've lived through it, we all know that the biggest play this year has been the SPAC play, has been the growth play. Those have been like the biggest returns on investment for everyone. Like literally, you don't have to be a genius, and you invested in a growth stock. Most likely, you made a whole lot of money this year. Or for that example, actually for or SPACs too. So I think in 2021, I think 5G is going to actually start booming, and Seego is going to be a big part of that. Uh, Currently, they provide like 5G hotspots in Seego, so I think it's going to be something very very necessary in 2021. So I expect big moves from this one, very big moves in the upcoming year and years to come. So far, we're up about 6.15%, and this is actually my Tesla's my largest holding, but this is my second largest holding. Again, I'm very, very, very bullish on this company, so that's another one that I invested in. And just if you, I know everyone likes to see the chart and see how you're doing. So for the week, for the day, we were up 1.2%. Let's see, for the week, we're up 6.93%. For the month, we're up 51.21%. For 3 months, we're up 74.5%. And for the year, we're up 96.34%. So it's been a pretty good ride. I'll show you the all too. Funny thing about this chart, so the reason it's like this is like I actually invested at the beginning, like in 2018, and then I was such a noob, I didn't know what I was doing. Probably still don't know what I'm doing, but like I got in and out, and in the 2018 there was like a little bit of a crash. I'm not sure if any of you long-term investors or you might be new, you're not familiar with this. It was like a bit of a crash in the 2018, and I lost a lot of money. So I got scared, had weak hands, and I left. And I didn't invest anything after that. So I jumped back in on January, yeah, January-ish, yeah. And yeah, I was right in the middle of the crash, so and I started investing heavily in March. So I kind of got lucky in a way. I mean, this doesn't happen all the time, but I got lucky this time, and I caught it right at the very end because I was investing in all these companies. Not really Tesla. I caught that one up on the when it was going up, but a lot of these companies, I did a lot of like short-term plays, quick turnarounds, calls, selling options too. So that's the reason that I'm up like 90 something odd percent. And yeah, it's worked out for me so far. So yeah, this is a portfolio review, everyone, and I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm doing and what I'm seeing, and I'll let you know if you maybe you're interested in maybe joining me on that journey. Thanks again for joining me, guys. All right, take care, everyone.